Hello class 7. Today in physics I am going to revise your portion which is going to come for the first unit test. That is chapter number 1, physical quantities and measurement. Now in this measurement I am going to give more attention towards your numerical problems. Now the numerical problems which are given on density and speed. So these I am going to discuss today with you. Now before I go into the numerical problems, I want to delve into short answer type question number 3. Now here you have relationship between few units like hectare and meter square, meter cube and centimeter cube, okay, meter cube and liter, and so on. Now here already the answers I have given. You can see this same page is also available with you. I have uploaded this in the group. But the explanation now I am giving it to you properly. So listen. Now this 1 hectare, what does 1 hectare means? Before we know hectare, we should know in your distance we have these units: kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. I think you have learned this in your elementary school as basics of units of distance. Alright, so with each unit over here I am associating 10. So below kilometer also 10, hectometer also 10, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. I am writing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 for each of them. So if somebody asks you in 1 hectometer how many meters are there, then what will you do? You are going to cover a hectometer with your hand, and from hectometer till meter you have this decameter 10 and meter 10. 10 into 10, 100. So 1 hectometer equals to 100 meters. What will happen if I multiply 1 hectometer twice? 1 hectometer into 1 hectometer, that is called 1 hectare. So 1 hectometer is 100 meter, multiplied by again 1 meter is 100 meters. So 100 into 100 is 10,000. Meter into meter is meter square. So this 1 hectometer into 1 hectometer itself is 1 hectare. Okay, this is called hectare. So 1 hectare, short form HA, is equals to 10,000 meters square. So I hope now you realize how 1 hectare equals to 10,000 meters square came. Okay, once again I am telling, to understand hectare, first we have to understand hectometer. 1 hectometer equals to, you have to cover it with your finger, and from hectometer till meter there are 2 tens, this and this, covering this one. So 10 into 10, 100. So 1 hectometer is 100 meters. This 1 hectometer, if it is multiplied by itself 2 times, that is 1 hectometer into 1 hectometer, then you will get 1 hectometer is 100 meter, right? So 100 meter into 100 meter. 100 into 100 is 10,000, meter into meter is meter square. So this itself is called 1 hectare. So 1 hectare is 10,000 meters square. Next I want to tell the relationship between 1 meter cube and centimeter cube. Now we all know 1 meter is 100 centimeter. That also you can understand from here. Whenever you are asked in 1 meter how many centimeter, the bigger unit you cover with your finger, and from meter till centimeter you will have 1, 2 tens. This 10 and this 10. Multiply it with each other, 10 into 10, 100. So 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So 1 meter cube is equals to 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter. And put the value of 1 meter, 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter. 100 into 100 into 100 is this. 1 stands 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh. So 1 meter cube equals to 10 lakh. Similarly, centimeter into centimeter into centimeter is centimeter cube. So 1 meter cube equals to 10 lakh centimeter cube. This is how you get it. So this is the calculation for this. And rest of them you have to memorize. Okay, 1 meter cube equals to 1000 liters. 1 centimeter cube, that is centimeter cube is the unit that we use for measuring liquid volume. Even meter cube also is used for measuring liquid volume. Okay, meter cube when we are using standard unit, and centimeter when you are using CGS unit. So 1 centimeter cube is 1 liter, 1 milliliter, sorry, and 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. That you have to memorize. 1 air equals to 100 meters square. So this is the explanation and discussion that I wanted to discuss with you, so that it will be easy for your understanding. Now let us go to our numerical problems. So before we go into the numericals, we need to know the formulas that we will require. Now we are dealing first with density. So the master formula of density equals to mass by volume. Next, the formula for volume is mass divided by density. And the third one, to find the mass, the formula is density into volume. Next, we need to know the units in which density, volume and mass will be measured. So the first one, unit, that is SI unit of density, is kg per meter cube. We pronounce it like this and write it like this: kg meter power of minus 3. CGS unit of density is gram. Instead of kilogram we write gram, and instead of meter we write centimeter. So gram per centimeter cube. Next we come to volume. SI unit of volume is meter cube, or we can even give liter, L, short form of liter, L. CGS unit of volume is centimeter cube or milliliter. Next we come to mass. SI unit of mass is kilogram and CGS unit of mass is gram. So these are the units and the formulas that are required for solving numerical problems of density, mass and volume. So let us go ahead and do it now. Our first question, numerical problems number 1. Calculate the mass of a liquid with density. Density is given 3.2 gram per milliliter. As you can see, it is given in CGS unit. Gram is CGS, milliliter also is CGS. Okay, and the volume is 25 milliliters. Alright, density is 3.2 gram per milliliter, volume is given in 25 milliliter. Both density and volume given in CGS. So our quantity mass will also be in CGS unit. So the formula of mass, remember, mass equals to volume into density or density into volume. Put the values. Density is 3.2. Put the value. Volume equals to 25. 25 into 3.2 gives us 80.0, or simply 80. And what will be the unit of mass? Remember, we have two units in SI, kilogram, and in CGS, gram. And we have been using the CGS units. So our unit will be in CGS unit, gram. So mass of the given liquid, whose mass they have asked us to find, is 80 gram. Coming to the next question, question number 2. An irregular object with mass of 18 kg. Mass is given here, mass is 18 kg. Kg is SI unit, isn't it? Displaces 2.5 liter. Displaces means, see, when you are putting any object in a liquid, the volume of the liquid rises up, or the level of the liquid rises up. How much liquid rises up is called the displacement, or the liquid displaced. So how much liquid has risen up while putting this 18 kg of irregular object into the liquid? 2.5 liter has risen up. So the volume of this object that you put there in the liquid is 2.5 liter. So volume is this. Both are given in SI unit. So what they are asking to calculate? Calculate the density of the object. Okay. Density formula is mass by volume. Mass is 18. And see, while calculating, we don't put the units. Okay, just put the values. So 18 kg is only put 18. 2.5 liter is only put 2.5. So 18 divided by 2.5. To remove point from the denominator, we give a 10, because after point there is single digit. This is the rule of decimal, isn't it? To remove this point from the denominator, we give a 10 in the numerator. Doing calculations and cancellations, this is how much we get. 36 by 5, that is equals to 7.2. Now the big question is, what will be the unit that we will write? Okay, the unit of mass is kg and unit of volume is liter. So kg per liter. Okay, kg per liter, because mass by volume, so mass is given in kg divided by volume is in liters. So kg per liter will be the unit of density of this particular object. Next question, question number 3. Density of silver is 10.5 gram per centimeter cube. Gram is CGS, centimeter cube also is CGS. So this density unit is given in CGS unit. Find the mass of silver which occupies a space of this much centimeter cube, 965 centimeter cube. So our density is 10.5 and volume is 965 centimeter cube. We have to use formula of mass because we have to calculate mass. Mass equals to density into volume. Density is 10.5, volume is 965. Both are in CGS unit. Okay, both given in CGS unit. So our mass also will be in CGS unit, that is gram. So first we will calculate. So 10.5 into 965. I have used calculator over here. So 10,132.5 gram. This will be the mass of this silver whose volume is this much. This is given in gram. We can convert gram to kilogram by dividing by 1000. Okay, in 1000 we have 3 zeros. So point will shift this side 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So the point will come here now next to 10. So 10.1325 kilogram. So mass from gram is converted to kilogram. Likewise, here another question given, question number 4. A 2.75 kg sample of a substance, we don't know what substance it is, but we know the mass of that substance, 2.75 kg, occupies a volume of 250 centimeter cube. Now these units are not matching. This is given in kilogram, mass is given in kilogram, volume is given in centimeter cube, that is CGS unit, and here is SI unit. Mass is in SI unit, volume is in CGS unit. They want us to find the density in gram per centimeter cube. So kilogram has to be converted to gram. Okay, because density they want in gram per centimeter cube. So that gram means you have to convert kilogram to gram. So mass 2.75 kg. Converting kilogram to gram, there are 1000 grams in 1 kilogram. So you have to multiply 2.75 with 1000. So it is 2750 gram. So kilogram has been converted to gram. Now let us use density formula. Density equals to mass by volume. Mass is this. We will not take this anymore now. We said no that we want the mass in gram. So that gram value we will take. Divided by volume is 250. So mass by volume, when you do the calculation, you get 11 gram per centimeter cube. Question 5. Under certain conditions, oxygen gas has a density of this 0.00134 gram per milliliter. So straight away we have been given the density of oxygen gas. Density. We are interested in density equals to 0.00134 gram per milliliter. Mass. So let's read the question further. Find the volume occupied by 250 gram of oxygen. So how much oxygen's volume they want? 250 gram. This 250 gram is the mass. So 250 gram mass. They want us to find the volume of this oxygen. That means how much space this oxygen gas whose mass is 250 gram occupies if density of oxygen is this 0.00134 gram per milliliter. Now both density as well as mass are given in CGS unit. So our volume will also be in CGS unit. So volume's formula we will use mass by density. Mass value is 250. Density value is 0.00134. As usual, again we have to remove this point from the denominator. So in numerator, point is to be treated as 1. After point, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So 5 zeros. In the numerator, 5 zeros. That means 1 lakh. So 250 into 1 lakh divided by 134. Now I have cancelled using 2's table. So I get this. 125 into this 1 lakh is this. Divided by 67. I have done it over here in the rough and shown you the value directly. So now the question, what will be the unit of this volume? How did milliliter come here? See over here, for densities unit, in densities unit, mass by volume, no? Formula, mass is given in gram, volume is given in what? Milliliter. So here also volume's unit will be milliliter. So volume occupied by oxygen will be this much milliliter. Next question. Find the volume that 35.2 gram of carbon tetrachloride, it is a compound, chemical compound, 35.2 gram, that means carbon tetrachloride's mass is 35.2. So mass given is 35.2 gram. So we have to calculate the volume or the space occupied by this much gram of carbon tetrachloride. Density of carbon tetrachloride is this 1.60 gram per milliliter. So density is 1.60 gram per milliliter. Okay, density is 1.60 gram per milliliter. Both are given in CGS unit. Milliliter is also CGS, gram is also CGS. So our volume will also be in CGS. And what will be the volumes unit? As you can see, milliliter. Density is mass by volume. Mass is given in gram, volume is given in milliliter. So volume will be in milliliter. So let's calculate. Volume equals to mass by density. So mass value is 35.2. Density value is 1.60. Done the calculation over here. Now you can see how I have done the calculation. You have points on both numerator and denominator. In the numerator, to remove point, 10 will come down. For obvious reasons, you can see over here, after point there is one digit means 10. Point is to be written as 1. And after point 1 digit, so 10, that means 10. From denominator, if you want to remove point, then in the numerator, point is to be written or replaced by 1. After point, how many digits are there? 2 digits, so 2 zeros, so 100. So numerator 100, denominator 10. Then in both cases, numerator and denominator, you can remove the decimal sign. Now cancel. 10 from here cancels with 10 over here. 10 from here cancels with this another 0 of 100 over here. So all zeros cancel. So you have 352 divided by 16 for the cancellation, and you will get this value 22. And as I said, unit of volume over here will be in milliliter, because here in the densities unit is given gram per milliliter. So volume occupied by this carbon tetrachloride, whose weight or whose mass is 35.2 gram, the volume is 22 milliliter. Question number 7. It says density of ethanol. It is actually known by the common name of alcohol. Okay, ethanol or ethyl alcohol, full name. The density is 0.789 gram per milliliter. Find the mass of a sample of ethanol that has the volume 150 milliliter. So you can see over here clearly given volume is 150 milliliter. Density of ethanol is 0.789 gram per milliliter. They want us to calculate what? Find the mass of this much milliliter of ethanol. So mass formula is density into volume. Both density and volume's value we have. And by the way, both are in CGS unit. So our mass also will be CGS unit, gram. Okay, you can see density is given gram per milliliter. This gram is for mass. So mass value will be in grams. Okay, let's calculate the value. 0.789 into 150 is this. I have used a calculator over here directly. You can multiply separately using decimals rule. So 118.35 gram is the mass of 150 ml of ethanol. So we have actually completed the numerical problems dealing with density, mass and volume. Now the next part of the numerical problem given in your book is with speed, distance and time. So we need to know the formulas of these three physical quantities and the units that we use to measure them. So here are the formulas for you. Speed formula is distance by time. Time formula is distance by speed. and distance covered formula is speed that the body is traveling with into time. So these are the three formulas. Now we need to know the units also. So here are the units. Speed, the SI unit is meters per second because SI unit of distance is meter, time SI unit is second. So according to the formula, SI unit will be meters per second. Other unit is kilometers per hour. This one you will see in the speedometers of car, bikes, scooters, etc. In a vehicle, the speed measuring instrument is a speedometer. There you will see the speed is calibrated in kilometers per hour. Distance is kilometer, time they take in hours. So speed unit is kilometers per hour, but SI unit is meters per second. Next comes time. SI unit is second, that is short form S, and the other unit is hour, short form H. Next comes distance. SI unit of distance is meter, okay, and the other unit that we can use is kilometer. There are other units also, hectometer, decameter, centimeter, millimeter, but usually these two are preferred, meter and kilometer. Okay, now knowing the formula and knowing the units of these physical quantities of speed, time and distance, now let us go and do the first problem that is given in your book dealing with speed, time and distance. Question number 8. An airplane flies with a constant speed of 720 kilometers per hour. There you see. For higher speed, we prefer kilometers per hour unit. So 720 kilometers in 1 hour. This is the speed of airplane. How long will it take to travel a distance of 360 kilometers? 360 kilometers, that plane is traveling with the speed of 720 kilometers per hour. So speed is given 720 kilometers per hour. Distance is given 360 kilometers. We have to calculate time. So what's the formula for time? This formula, distance by speed. Okay, here time equals to distance by speed. Distance value is 360, speed is 720, 0 cancels. So you have 36 by 72. 36 1 is 36, 36 2 is 72. So 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Now the big question is, what is the unit of the time? For that you need to see the unit for speed. Speed is given in kilometers per hour. Here this hour refers to time, isn't it? So our time unit is hour, half hour. That means to travel 360 kilometers, it will just take half an hour. That's the fun thing about airplanes, no? They fly so fast. 360 kilometers if you go by train, it will take you about 5 hours. But with airplane, only half hour. So half hour equals to 30 minutes. So 360 kilometers the airplane travels in only 30 minutes. Next question, number 9. Again airplane. An airplane flies with a constant speed of 880 kilometers per hour. How far can it travel in 2 hours? Now here the speed of the airplane is given, and this time the time that the airplane is flying is given, and we have to calculate in this 2 hours how much distance this airplane is covering. So speed is given 880 kilometers per hour. Time is given in hours, that is 2 hours. What we have to calculate is distance. So we are going to use distance formula. Distance equals to speed into time. Speed is 880, time is 2. Again, we don't write the units while calculating. Units will come in the answer. So 880 into 2 is 1760, 1760. So this plane in 2 hours with this particular speed of 880 kilometers per hour, the plane has traveled 1760 kilometers. So distance traveled by the airplane in 2 hours is 1760 kilometers. Coming to question number 10. A van moves with a constant speed of 70 miles per hour. Now instead of kilometers, now we have miles. Okay, you all know the calculation. 1 mile equals to 1.6 something kilometers. So that let it alone. Let's calculate now. The distance is in miles. Okay, so speed is 70 miles per hour, short form mph, miles per hour. 70 miles in 1 hour. This is the speed of the van. How long will it take to travel a distance of 245 miles? So this 70 mph or miles per hour is the speed of the van. It has to go a distance of 245 miles. How much time it will take to do so? Time we have to calculate. Time required by the van. So time formula is distance by speed. Distance is 245. Speed is 70. So I think I have used over here 5 stable to cancel. Okay. Or not 5 stable, sorry. 7 stable. 7 3s are 21, remainder 22, 20, 24, 3. 3 and 5 is 35, 7 5s are 35. 7 10s are 70. So 35 by 10, this is like a decimal fraction. 35 by 10 is 3.5. So 3.5 or 3 hours, 0.5 means half hour. So 3.5 hours or 3 hours 30 minutes it is taking to travel 245 miles. The van takes 3 hours and 30 minutes to travel 245 miles. Next question. Grace, I think she is a girl, rides her bike. Here bike refers to cycle, okay, not motorbike. Otherwise they would have mentioned over here motor. It's just given bike. So in English bike means cycle. In Indian English bike means cycle. So Grace rides her cycle with a constant speed of 14 miles per hour. Okay, 14 miles in 1 hour. This is the speed with which she is driving her cycle. How long will she take to travel a distance of 56 miles? 56 miles is a lot of distance. And she has the guts to go and ride it with her cycle. Imagine, riding cycle 56 miles is quite a distance. Anyway, so they are asking how long will she take? How much time? How long means how much time? So what are the things given to us? Speed of her bike is 14 miles per hour. Distance given is 56. Time we have to calculate. Time formula, distance by speed. Distance 56, speed 14. If you know 14 stable, 14 4s are 56. So 4. Now the question is, what will be the unit? 4 what? So for that you need to check out the speed. In this one, miles per h. What does h stand for? Hour. So hour is the unit of time. So our unit will be 4 hours. So to travel 56 miles, time taken by Grace is 4 hours. The last question also deals with an airplane. The airplane flies with a speed of 760 kilometers per hour. How long will it take to travel a distance of 3040 kilometers? Speed is given, distance is given, time we have to calculate. Okay, this plane is moving with 740 kilometers per hour. Sorry, 760 kilometers per hour. Distance is 3040 kilometers. Time we have to calculate. Time formula is distance by speed. Distance is 3040, speed is 760. 0 cancel, so you have 304 by 76. Doing cancellation, it is observed that the answer is 4 hours. Oh, why hours? Again here you see the distance, the speeds unit is given 760 kilometer per hour. Distance by time is hour, so time is measured in hours over here. So in 4 hours 3040 kilometers the plane covers.